Welcome to Cloudburst number 2. This is Dale tonight. Nothing but feedings. We're starting off with Tattoo, Pterinochilus Murinus, OBT. And what do you know? Another flip over for one of my tarantulas. Inverted. Ever since this T's been rehoused, she's been doing great. Like I said, she was in a previous enclosure. A mini critter keeper. She's in a small one now. I just took her with her in the webs out of that one and stuck the webs into this enclosure with substrate. Add a little more substrate and some moss, and she's built up around it. Made around 5 exit holes, so she can get to her prey in a number of different ways really quick. It's really amazing what she's done in there. Next up, we have Ocean Storm. It's a Chromatopelma Cyanopubescens. The GBB. This one is going to be going into pre-molt soon. So this is probably one of her last meals before she molts again. Looking forward to seeing what she's going to look like. She's been really webbing up in there, preparing for it. It's going to be awesome to see her after she molts. Next up, we have Fantasy. Cyclosternum Fasciatum, the Costa Rican tiger rump. This one can eat, due for rehouse. This is one of 2 of my Cyclosternum Fasciatums. Her counterpart, my other tiger rump, actually just molted. And hopefully she'll be featured in some upcoming vids. This one's a little bit smaller than my other one. Alright, we have Willow, Pamphobeteus Fortis, a Colombian brown. This is one of my favorite teas in my collection. You can see by the size of her rump that she was a little skinny when I first got her a couple months ago, but now she's fattened up quite a bit. So she only gets 1 right now. I beefed her up with some superworms. She's doing okay now with just a cricket. Alright, let's stay with the big girls. This is Raven, Fortis Cancerides, Haitian brown bird eater. This tea is amazing. The light always aggravates me with this tarantula. She's much more colorful than the light projects off of her. I actually took some photos, and I'll be sharing them probably in the next feeding video and on Facebook at Tarantula Dealer Tonight. On Facebook, you can see some pics I'm going to put up of her with better lighting off of another camera. She actually looks really, really amazing. A lot of purple and pink in her carapace. Alright, we have Kamats, Lasiodora parahybana, and salmon pink bird eater. This tea is really getting big fast. It's a really, really impressive thing to watch these Lasiodoras grow. And I got her as a 1/2 inch, so she has been really, really moving quite along. I haven't had her that long, and he or she is already over 2 inches long. Awesome. Fire, Brachypelma Vagans, Mexican red rump. And this one is never ceases to amaze me when she eats. One of my top heavy hitters. Very sweet tarantula too. Eclipse, Brachypelma Albopilosum, Honduran curly hair. Another tea that amazes me. These brachyes are unbelievable. That is ridiculous. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a hit. Love the brachyes. They're my second favorite genus behind the Pokies. I love the variety of the brachy's. And, I mean, look at this. I mean, that's just incredible. What a beautiful tarantula. Phoenix, Brachypelma Emilia, Mexican painted redleg. Look at the size of that rump. They were on a worm diet. Now they're just getting medium to large crickets once every couple weeks now. This one is not due for a molt for a while. Pandora, Paraphysa euathlus, species unknown. One of my more gentler teas when it comes to feeding. Awesome looking tarantula. We'll stay with the Paraphysa and we'll go with Paraphysa scrofa. Her name's Olympus, Chilean copper. This one here is my suspect male. Be shocked if it actually isn't. Colors on it, obviously very beautiful. Alright, here's Orion, Grammostola Porteri, the Chilean rose, brown color form. Always eats. And if you see right there, coming off the carapace onto the abdomen, this is for you, Arachnofan73, Robert Carr. You can see that she has the same little piece of carapace stuck to her that we were talking about earlier, and has no signs of coming off there. I cut it down as far as I can get it without trying to hurt her. She's a little pissed off tea most of the time, so that's about as low as I can cut that carapace down. That from her last molt. Pistol, Grammostola rosea, Chilean rose. This is my mature male, one of two. This one went on a fasting forever and is finally starting to eat a little regularly now. Spawn a hint of a sperm web, but nothing to cry home about. Venus, Phonopelma calcodes, the desert blonde. Doing great. I'm referring to my Phonopelmas now as a common name, just the desert blonde, because there's so many different common names out here for this particular species. You got the Arizona blonde, the Flagstaff, the desert blonde, the Mexican blonde. The common denominator is that they all come from desert-like terrain, so I'm just going to stick with the desert blonde. That's one of the common denominators. Here's two of my juvies, my suspect male general, and here's her or his counterpart, baby gray. One of the first tarantulas I ever owned. I got her as a half-inch in around March of 2012, and she's looking great. Got all of her adult colors right now. Let's get into some Chaco goat knees here. Brownie, Grammostola poker peas. Another one of my. I actually got her the exact same day I got baby gray, so it's good as a half-inch. One of my favorite species in the hobby, one of my favorite teas in my collection. Sticking with the Chaco, we have Star. Smaller of my two Chacos. This guy excavates like a madman, if it is a he. Rogue, Acanthoscurria chacoana, the Bolivian salmon pink. This one eats like it's starving every single time. Almost flipped over there. My teas, they get so out of control when they eat, but it's fun to watch these guys, especially these ones that eat like like they're starving. But she's well fed. She's very well. But I don't, I'm very conscious that she could eat a horse if I threw it in there. Very, very beautiful tarantula. Alright, let's stay with the Acanthoscurria. Here's Earthwalker and Acanthoscurria insubtilis, the chocolate mousy brown. This tea is rarely featured because it's the most skittish tea in my collection. One of the fastest, but can eat. And luckily I'm getting her on camera now. She's eaten the last few times on camera. This is one of her better attacks, so she made it on this video. Extremely awesome tea. Trinity. Poecilotheria Subfusca Highland, the Ivory Ornamental. I didn't capture the attack. This is right after her last molt. You see her abdomen is really small there. These are her last two molts that she refused to bring up to the front. But she is eaten here. And this is the best on-camera eater of my pokies. And last but not least is Genesis, the Psalmopoeus Cambridgei, Trinidad chevron. This is the biggest tarantula in my collection as far as length goes. She's well over 6 inches long. Big girl. But very, very docile now. She used to be Genesis Nemesis, as I used to call her, because she had such a nasty attitude when I first got her. I got her around 3 inches, but she is really docile now. No problems with her at all. She doesn't dart out of her enclosure when I water it. Unless she's hungry, she gets a little aggressive. But when she's well fed and not hungry, she's not bad at all. Which surprised me because I never thought she would ever get to the point where I say she's not bad at all. But she is absolutely gorgeous. An unbelievable tarantula. That'll do it for Cloudburst number 2, guys. Thanks for watching. The original T-Cloud series is a reboot right now. Hopefully I can get it up for you guys soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have a good one.